next round, Jaron.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the NECC. I am your host, Jaron Bell, and tonight my man is here. He is in the building. Oliver Bass is here with me. And Oliver, we have waited all year for this right here because it's me, it's you, and it's NECC playoffs right now.
It's playoff time, baby. I am excited to be here, Jaron. We've got a lot of games coming up for you guys here today. We got 4 in a row, and honestly, I don't think I could be more excited than I am right now.
Oh, absolutely. It is going to be a action-packed matchup. And you want to talk about starting off with a bang. We have a monster of a matchup in the Challengers division. The first round kicks off. The number 3 seed, California State University Dominguez Hills, CSUDH as we call them, face off against the Alabama Crimson Tide, the 6th seed. I mean, Oliver, what more could you ask for college esports on a Friday afternoon?
I don't think you could really ask for much more. We've got 2 programs that have absolutely battled their way to be here throughout this entire season. Both of these guys not going undefeated, but obviously trekking their way up here, taking the losses with pride, and then coming back and bouncing back to be even better teams. They have both fought their way here, and they are very deserving of this spot. I'm just curious to know who's going to possibly take this, because this is a pretty even matchup.
Well, absolutely. And one of the things that is so interesting to me in this match, you do have California State Dominguez Hills in this match coming in as the 3 seed at 5-3. But one of the things that you and I talked about before we got on air is how the University of Alabama was a late newcomer to the NECC this year, and it is going to be impressive to see how they match up against a team because we haven't seen a lot of Alabama this year, Oliver.
No, we have not. We've seen Alabama for a couple of different times, and every time that we've seen them on stream, though, I think you and I have had the same comments. This is a team that could be deadly in playoffs. They have played very well thus far. They have shown that they can be a very strong team when they need to. But on the other flip side of that, CSUDH, similar idea. They've been a very strong team. Another stat that you and I were looking at before we came into this game is the fact that CSUDH have 3-0'd or been 3-0'd in their last 3 matches. They just lost to Montana in a 3-0 sweep, and then before that, they beat Hood and Howard Community College, both in 3-0 sweeps as well. So for CSUDH, this is going to be a lot about momentum. If they come into this game feeling good, they're going to have a good time. But if they go down immediately, it's going to be a rough one.
Absolutely. I could not have said it better myself. And the action is going to be nonstop. Like Oliver said, we have 3 more matchups after this one that you're going to want to check out. And all this esports action is brought to you by our proud partners. So, Oliver, I got to real fast, got to pay the bills, as the kids would call it. I want to say thank you to our friends at Helix Esports for all that they do for us behind the scenes. We have a big announcement with Helix coming very soon. You're going to want to stay tuned to that. Of course, our friends at Meta Pro Gaming, if they helped us with our brand new website, and if you have anything esports arena related or just any conversation that you'd like to have, reach out to our friends at Meta Pro Gaming. They will absolutely help you out. And of course, Oliver, I see you over there. I know I got mine on. Ladies and gentlemen, the NECC playoffs is brought to you by HyperX. HyperX, some of the best gear in gaming, now comes to the NECC. I know that when I cast and when my man Oliver Bass is on a call, we only like to use HyperX because it is the best that we've ever seen. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching us live as well on our linear TV partner, ESTV ESTV. If you have not downloaded ESTV yet, you are missing out on tons of esports action. ESTV now available on Samsung TV Plus, the Roku channel, Vizio, and plenty of options that you can download their platform and check out esports action from around the globe 24/7 over at ESTV. I tell you what, Oliver, I could not be more excited. And honestly, I don't think there could be a better match that we could kick the playoffs off this year here in 2020, because both of these teams, Oliver, I don't know what to expect. What are you looking for when you see this game?
Honestly, like I think we were just mentioning, I think it's all about momentum here. When you come into playoffs, a big part of that is how you're able to swing it for your team. What advantages you give to your team right out the gate, because this is when the pressure is on. You got a lot of teams that perform well during the season, but I've also seen teams that go basically undefeated during the season, and then they get to postseason, and all of a sudden everything changes. So keep your mentality tough here. Make sure you come into this with a very steady mindset. And in addition to that, like we said, with the momentum shift being so important here, with 3-0 sweeps coming out for CSUDH the last couple games, it's also about coming off to a clean start. Get in here, throw everything you got at the other team, and don't look back. If you hold yourself back at all, it's going to be a huge issue.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you this right now, one of the things that I'm looking for in this game, we've seen the University of Alabama, we've seen CSUDH, and both of these teams, we have seen the amount of teamwork that these teams have come to the table with. Both these teams, transitional passing, and I love to see how Alabama likes to work the ball long down the field and really counterattack. So I'm very interested to see the team dynamics as we get close. I think our producer will let them know that we're ready to kick off this first game. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a best of 5 series. So you're going to get a lot of esports action and Rocket League headed your way right here at the NECC. I want to remind you guys that you can follow us on social media at NECC Games. Again, that's NECC Games on Twitter and Instagram for live updates, announcements, and we do have a HyperX giveaway going on Twitter right now that you're going to want to go check out and get you a sweet pair of these Cloud Alphas, man. They're awesome. So we are getting people in. Ladies and gentlemen, CSUDH, the Toros will be in the blue and the Crimson Tide will be in the orange. Oliver, I think it's about go time, my friend.
Indeed it is. We got all the teams joining on up, and we're just about ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the beginning of the NECC playoffs.
Let's go. Big opportunity and a demolition right off the bat. Is that and a massive save right there, Oliver?
Absolutely. Immediately off to the bat, we've already got teams flying at the goal here. First team on the board, or not on the board, I should say, but on the offense, though, is Alabama here, who are starting to try and take control at the midfield. Not quite able to do it as it's banged out to the other side, but plenty of time here in this game, 4.5 minutes, and so far, neither team taking a, what we'll call threatening shot yet.
Absolutely. Ball played in the corner. Ball played at the goal. Oh, my goodness. And Gambit was there to get the ball out. Gambit.
Good stuff so far. Both teams just back and forth as this ball whips across the field. Gambit almost. Gambit putting this back out to the middle. Not anyone there, though, so Lanza's going to pop this out to the other side. And as Obi tries to take this to the middle, this could be the first big opportunity of the game, but neither of his teammates are there. This one going back to the Alabama half, and with an open net, Gambit going to be able to make it.
Wow, and like you said, as we look at this replay, the opportunity was there, but the missed touch could not get back, and Gambit, unbelievable. Like I said, he looks unbelievable so far, and a massive goal to be the first goal in the NECC playoffs.
Absolutely, right now, looking like this is not the type of start that we were hoping for out of Alabama, but this is definitely the start we were looking for at CSUDH. Right here, they're off to a start for the momentum, and if history is anything to tell here, this is exactly how they want it to go. Alistair pops this one down, and Apollo passes it out to Gambit again. Right now, they've got plenty of time and space to work with. If they play patiently enough, they should be fine throughout this series.
And I do feel like the Toros are doing a good job of rotating and taking moves. Here's an opportunity, but a big save.
Good stuff so far. Back and forth these two teams go, and really right now, despite the fact that CSUDH is in the lead, they don't necessarily look like they've got a commanding one. Alabama looks like they're ready for the attack at any moment here as it goes back into CSUDH's half. Land's going to get a good 50 here. They're still not ready on the follow-up touch. Right now, it still looks like both teams are working out how they want to rotate. Both of them are a little bit hesitant on their touches because they don't want to make mistakes, but unfortunately, that's not how you can play in the playoffs. It's all or nothing, baby! Speaking of which, truthfully cool, not going to make anything off of that one, and neither is Obi on the follow-up. 2 shots in a row, and nothing goes in.
Oh, Oliver, we had 2 goal opportunities. One saved by a teammate, and then the MVP, the most valuable post, as the crossbar denies Alabama. My goodness.
This one back out to the middle then. CSUDH, my word, they are getting ready though. These guys are just always on the offensive here, and with about half the game left, it really looks like the biggest thing that's going to cost them would be a mistake on rotations here. Their defense has played pretty solid so far, but one minor mistake, one misrotation, and they're leaving themselves exposed to a very quick counterattack out of Alabama.
Oh, Oliver, one of the things, let's see this one-on-one. Oh, he digs one. Oh, and a demo at the net. Oliver, one of the things that I'm seeing a lot of, can you touch on maybe a lot of the aggressiveness of these players? I've seen a lot of bumping and a lot of early demos coming out.
Yeah, absolutely. These players are both or all of these players, I guess I should say, are very aggressive to one another right now. I think part of that has to do with the fact that they want to just try to outpace each other. If you can leave the other team feeling like they can't keep up with you, just pure speed-wise, that's going to leave them in an awkward position. And every time you bump them and restart their rotation, oh my word, that's going to be how you get in their head. Speaking of which, Alster, my word, is that a nice shot? That'll definitely get in the head of Alabama.
Oh my goodness, and Alster, a sophomore biology major from California State University, Dominguez Hills, a massive single goal there off the corner.
Great start so far, and the question really becomes, is there going to be a stop at this point? Right now, Alabama looking like they're on their back heel. Oh my word, entirely, as another shot comes from Alster. Now, this one back out to the side, but again, Alabama, they look like they're playing off their back heel entirely right now. They need to figure out some sort of winning strategy because they have nothing to crack this defense of CSUDH.
Absolutely, and I have just not seen, every time it looks like there might be an Alabama opportunity, there is just not a follow-up. Oh, that was almost a massive solo play right there, Oliver.
Almost getting close over and over again. It's all about these close plays that are just barely making it through. The issue is Alabama not really having those as much. I will say the 2 goals we've seen so far at CSUDH, while they haven't necessarily been ugly goals, but they're not also the prettiest. It's a little bit of an in-between. They're fighters that they're just trying to get on through, and right now, that's really what's separating these 2 teams, though, the sheer grit that we're seeing out of CSUDH. They're putting everything they can into the middle. Speaking of which, Paulo's up for this one. Can't get the touch, and unfortunately, that's going to be the end of it, but still a 2-0 lead with 20 seconds left. Jaron, I don't want to call it early, but this is going to be pretty hard for Alabama to secure this first game.
Well, yeah, I'll be honest with you, Oliver. I think this game might be a little out of reach, but one of the things that I think Alabama really needs to do is take a second and maybe get back to basics. We might have a goal opportunity here, and with 2